Greetings and welcome to our virtual Walk Like MADD event. My name is Patricia Riera. I am the MADD California State Executive Director, and it is my pleasure to welcome you. Walk Like MADD is designed to provide an outlet for those impacted by drunk and drug driving to channel their grief into hope and healing by creating a movement for change in their communities. As we walk in your communities, we are happy to partner with you in our efforts to surround and support those hurting by taking action to prevent others from suffering because of drunk and drug driving, and to give purpose to a purposeless act. Walk Like MADD is the only large-scale community-based activity that provides those personally impacted by drunk driving and their network of supporters and friends the opportunity to take steps to stop drunk driving in their community and nationwide. So thank you. Thank you for everything you do for MADD. Thank you for everything you do for your community to bring attention to the perils of drunk and drug driving. We are encouraged as we provide a compassionate space for communities to remember those lost, inspire change, and ask people to commit to helping us solve a solvable problem. We hope you enjoyed today's program and feel inspired to continue on in our mission of no more victims. We look forward to seeing all of you in person next year.
Hi, my name is Alex Otti, and I'm the National President of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm so thankful to play a small part in this Southern California virtual Walk Like MADD event, and I'm looking forward to a time when we can all be together in person. Many of us are a part of this organization because we weren't given a choice. We're here because someone made the tragic decision to drink and get behind the wheel. Thank you for your courage to walk toward a future of no more victims. For those of you who have not been personally impacted by an impaired driving crash, thank you for choosing us. Thank you for taking a stand and helping us keep our families and communities safe from the life-changing impacts of impaired driving. Your being here reminds us that the rest of the world still cares, and for that, I will be forever thankful. At MADD, we often say we walk for those who no longer can, and alongside those who are learning to walk again. This means a lot to me. 11 years ago, I didn't know if I would ever walk again. On July 2nd of 2010, I was run over by a drunk boater while sitting on a jet ski behind my dad's house on Lake Harrington in Danville, Kentucky. The boat hit me from the side at 60 miles per hour, a speed completely unheard of on almost any lake, but especially on a lake this narrow. The impact threw me off the jet ski and the boat landed on top of my body. I spent 3.5 minutes face down in the water. I sustained a traumatic brain injury classified as shaken baby syndrome. The impact broke my neck, my collarbone, and my jaw, which is now made up of metal plates. It lacerated my liver and shattered both of my femurs. The boat propeller severed my right leg. I was 13 years old. The man who ran me over had multiple prior DUI offenses. 2.5 hours after the crash, his BAC was more than 3 times the legal limit for driving. Months later, as I sat in a wheelchair in a courtroom, the man who changed my life forever denied any wrongdoing. I spent a week in a coma. When I woke up, my dad told me what had happened. He told me that I had lost part of my right leg, but because of my traumatic brain injury, I couldn't remember. Every time I woke up, he had to tell me again. This went on for several weeks, my dad watching and waiting for me to wake up so that he could tell me again before I discovered it for myself. After almost a month in the hospital, I entered a physical rehab facility. Only then did I look down and fully realize that I no longer had a right foot. Today, I call it my little leg. One of the most important goals of rehab is learning to stand on your remaining leg so that you can transfer to a bed or a chair. But my legs were also broken, compounding my recovery. For months, I cried every time I stood. I spent several months in a wheelchair. 3 months after the crash, my prosthetic arrived. Despite doctors' doubts and my own debilitating fear of falling, I learned to walk again. Today, I'm classified as a K4 amputee, meaning I am as active as someone with 2 legs. I don't take this for granted. People who lose one limb are 5 times more likely to lose another one. Pregnancy could take away my ability to walk, at least temporarily. A bad fall of any kind could put me back in a wheelchair permanently. But today, I walk. I knew soon after my crash that I wanted to be the last little girl this would ever happen to. That's why I'm here today. I know that's why many of you are here today too, so that there are no more stories like ours. Thank you for turning your pain into purpose. MADD walks remind all of us that a part of those that we have lost and the lives we had before lives on through us. I think it reminds all of us and our communities that we're still here. We're still showing up on the good days and the bad days, and fighting to see a day when there will be no more victims. There's nothing more valuable than being with people who understand. Having your friends, family, classmates, and colleagues participate in a Walk Like MADD event only strengthens this community. I hope that this event and being together as a part of a community that truly gets it will be healing for you. I hope it will empower you and serve as an outlet for your grief. Let me leave you with this. Your loved one will not be forgotten, not by you or by MADD or by me. It is my true honor to be here with you today, albeit virtually, to know your loved ones through you and to carry them in my heart as we walk for those who no longer can and those who are learning to walk again. Thank you and have a great walk.
Welcome to the 2021 Southern California Virtual Walk Like MADD program, and thank you for being part of something so special with such an important and noble mission. I'm Bill Walton, a Southern California native and a lifelong resident. I'm also a son, a sibling, a husband, father, grandfather, neighbor, and friend. And I'm an engaged citizen in everything I can be. All I ever wanted in my life was more. And that's what I'm asking from you. More. Because it takes all we've got just to stay on the beat. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for your awareness, your sensibility, and responsibility. Thanks for keeping our communities and each other safe. And thanks for being on the right side of history. I look forward to a world as it can, could, and should be, where there are no more victims. And I don't have to be mad anymore. Here we go. It's a beautiful and wonderful world, if we make it so. This is the real deal. And here we are, right now, at the moment of truth. The show is about to begin. The pressure's on. Enjoy today's Walk Like MADD program. But first, let's all stand for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Hi, my name's Dave Fox. I'm the founder of Fox Law and also the chair of MADD's advisory board here in San Diego. We've been proud to sponsor MADD's walks around San Diego over the past several years. MADD's mission is personal to me because unfortunately I've lost members of my family to drunk drivers. And I see the tremendous work that they've done. I worked as a federal prosecutor for the United States Department of Justice and handled drunk driving cases there on federal lands and military bases. And now I have a personal injury law firm of about 10 attorneys that are helping people with catastrophic injuries up and down the state. Unfortunately, in many of the cases that we are helping people, it involves drunk drivers causing tremendous losses and injuries to our clients. So I see firsthand a lot of the work that MADD does, and it's tremendous. They're a great resource for our clients, serving as liaison between the courts and the victims. They really fight to raise awareness of this issue and also fight for legislation that will help keep everybody safer in this respect. You know, MADD can't do it alone. And I see all of us, all of our roles as really MADD soldiers to keep that message alive. And that is doing everything that we can to make sure that drunk driving incidents are going down and continue to go down. And that just means, of course, donating and joining these walks when we can. But also, if we see someone at a gathering or a party grabbing their keys after too many drinks, that we step up and tell them no. And that also, if we're going to host a party, we make sure that our guests, if they're having a couple drinks, we make sure that they get home in an Uber, a taxi, or otherwise, and do everything we can to ensure nobody else gets harmed. So I want to thank everybody at MADD for doing the tremendous work that they've done for so many years. I know it's helped our clients, and I thank everybody's support for MADD.
Hi, from MADD San Diego. Hi, my name is Kim Christensen, and I'm the Special Events Manager here at MADD. Thank you to all those supporting our efforts of MADD's mission of no more victims. In these difficult times, your support means even more now than ever before. So thank you.
Hi, my name's Kaylee Cantor, and I'm the Program Specialist for MADD San Diego. Volunteers and supporters like you are the backbone of MADD's mission and organization. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without all your love and support. Whether we're out in the community or participating in a virtual event like this, we feel honored to shout out all those special individuals who help spread MADD's mission and keep our communities safe. Please welcome Shelley Clark, volunteer survivor speaker from MADD San Diego.
Hi, my name is Shelley Clark. I was 18 when I was a survivor of a drunk driving underage crash. I graduated from Point Loma High School in 1984. I was a 3-sport varsity athlete. I played basketball, volleyball, and softball. I ended up getting a full scholarship to college for softball to NAU in Flagstaff, Arizona. I was back for the summer of '85 to San Diego, and I got together with a girl that I briefly knew. We decided to drive back to NAU to surprise some friends. I had gotten a fake ID, and I bought some beer, and we called our parents and lied to them what we were doing, and we took off NAU bound. We had no seatbelts on. It wasn't a law back in 1985. After an hour and a half into the drive, the driver ended up falling asleep at the wheel. The car went off an embankment in El Centro, and the car hit once, went 100 feet, and I was ejected out the back window. The car continued to fly 160 feet in the air, and the car stopped directly in the path of my head, 5 feet away. CHP was first on scene. The driver was not injured. I was taken by ambulance to El Centro Hospital. They had no trauma center, so they took me by light flight helicopter to UCSD Medical Center. My parents were called. I was in critical condition. I was in a coma for 30 days, full life support for 10 days. The neurologist told my parents that they should start looking for a nursing home, because I would probably come back mentally at 3rd grade level. It's been a very long journey for my friends and family and myself, and I've had 12 major surgeries due to my crash. I call it a crash because it was not an accident. It was 100% preventable. I spent 1 year in the hospital and sharp rehab, learning how to walk and talk all over again. I had many broken bones, damaged organs, collapsed lung, partially paralyzed on the right side. I'm neurologically damaged on the right side as well. I have a traumatic brain injury for life. Such an impact on my life because of poor choices. Changed my life direction in an instant, forever. Many years after my crash, I give back to my community. I'm involved with MADD for about 2.5 years now, and San Diego Police Department Teen Alcohol Awareness Program for 3 years. Both foundations give me an opportunity so I can speak and share my story to teens and parents, law enforcement, military personnel, driver's training classes, and other groups. So again, I can share my story, how important it is to make safe choices, giving awareness for prevention of injury and death due to driving and drinking. Thankful for everyone at MADD and San Diego Police Department Teen Alcohol Awareness Program for keeping the drunk drivers off our roads and keeping us safe. You will have consequences for poor choices. Let me say that again. You will have consequences for poor choices. Life is what you make it. Be safe and enjoy life. Thank you for your time. Remember, use your mind to protect your body. Thank you.
Hello, my name's TRENNER Marchetti, currently a sergeant with the Ventura Police Department. I'm also a volunteer with MADD in my off time. I volunteer with MADD because it's an organization that lobbies to keep our streets safe, that advocates for victims of this completely preventable crime, and it's a group that raises awareness about the dangers of mixing driving with alcohol or prescription meds or illicit drugs. MADD is not just an acronym. MADD is a group that goes out there and prevents lives from being devastated, lives from being lost, and helps those who have been affected by this completely preventable crime. I'm proud to support MADD, and I'm proud to walk every year to remember those who have been lost, including my mother, who was taken from us far too early 21 years ago in 1990 when a drunk driver was driving on the wrong side of the road through a red light and hit our family car, killing her instantly. That's something that affected my life, and I hope it's something that nobody ever has to go through. On behalf of MADD, on behalf of law enforcement, on behalf of a fellow citizen, if you're going to enjoy alcohol or you're taking prescription medication, please make sure that you have a safe way to get home or to get wherever you're going. There's no reason to drive under the influence. There are plenty of options. You can park your car, you can take a cab, you can call an Uber, you can call a friend. There's no reason to drive under the influence because you may be affecting more than just your own life. Thank you.
I'm County Supervisor Greg Hart. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's working so hard to support Mothers Against Drunk Driving. With COVID-19, many people in our community are struggling. Unfortunately, some have chosen drugs and alcohol as a way to cope. We all need to be committed to keeping people from driving in an intoxicated state, whatever it be, whether alcohol or drugs. And Mothers Against Drunk Driving is leading that effort and has been very successful over many years in urging public education and making people understand the difficult and dangerous choices associated with drugs and alcohol and operating a motor vehicle. I'm very proud of the work that we've done together, and I'm committed to continuing to be an ally for Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Hello, I'm Sergeant LESO with the Escondido Police Department. We're here this evening running a DUI checkpoint. We have two missions to accomplish tonight. One is to educate our community on what it means to be safe drivers and not be driving under the influence of alcohol. Number two is the prevention. If we do encounter somebody that has been drinking this evening, we are going to complete a DUI evaluation on them. This is a busy scene, so let's get walking. Let me show you what we have. So tonight what we have is we have vehicles coming in to a cone pattern. This setup is safe for our officers. They're going to be coming in and getting screened. We're going to be checking very quickly to make sure that the person isn't exhibiting any signs or symptoms of alcohol or drug intoxication. As many of you know, there has been an increase in drug driving along with drunk driving. So we're here to prevent and educate our community on both. Our goal, our mission in law enforcement is to prevent these horrific crimes in our community, loss of life for DUI collisions. I myself was almost a victim. While I was in college, my young brother was hit by a DUI driver, and I spent nights at his bedside in the emergency room, praying that he would pull through. That's one of the things that got me involved in law enforcement. He made it through, but there's a lot of families that have suffered because their loved ones, their family members, their friends, they didn't make it through. Our mission is to stop that, prevent that, and educate our community about being safe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your local law enforcement and the MADD community.
Good morning, everyone. I'm San Diego City Attorney Mara Elliott. The City Attorney's Office is ready to join the San Diego Sheriff's Department to walk like mad to end drunk and drugged driving. We're hitting local trails, parks, and beaches to raise awareness and create hope for a future with no more victims. I want to take a moment to recognize a very special person, Chief Deputy City Attorney Karen Lee, for creating our stellar team, Ken Collier's crew, and his public safety family. For the past 9 years, Karen has mobilized this team to walk in memory of her fiance, Deputy Sheriff Ken Collier, whose life was tragically cut short when responding to a wrong-way drunk driver. Today, we walk for Ken. Today, we walk for every San Diegan who has been impacted by the reckless cruelty of drunk driving. Today, we stand together to speak with a unified voice and say, no more victims. Now let's walk like mad.
On behalf of the Santa Barbara Police Department, we stand with MADD.
Hello, my name is Joyce Dudley. I am the District Attorney of Santa Barbara County. I am also a big supporter of Mothers Against Drunk Driving because their goal is to help fight drug driving and support victims of these violent crimes, as well as to prevent underage drinking. I especially appreciate their Walk to Remember because they walk for those who could no longer walk and alongside those who are learning to walk again. It is inspiring, it is heartbreaking, and I can tell you from working with victims of drunk driving, drug driving, instances, crimes, that they are devastated and they never recover and they always hurt and they always long to have their loved ones back, or they long to make a difference so that no other family has to go through this. And that is precisely what Mothers Against Drunk Driving does. It offers support to the victim. It gives them an opportunity to hear from others who experienced a similar pain, and it helps them hopefully go from victim to survivor. Thank you, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Every day you make a difference.
Hello, my name is Sofia Rubalcaba, Mayor of the City of Ventura. And I would just like to thank MADD for all of the work that you all do and let you know that I concur with your commitment to create a nation without drunk and drug driving, and also to end drunk driving and to help fight drug driving, support the victims of these violent crimes, and prevent underage drinking. So I just want to thank all of the people that are involved in your organization and all of those that participate and walk to make sure that we have a safer community and that we bring an end to drunk driving. Thank you very much.
My name is Sheldon Brown, and I am proud to represent the Ventura Breeze newspaper. Our newspaper recognizes the importance of nonprofits like MADD in keeping our communities safe. We are proud to support them in their mission of no more victims. We will continue to support MADD in their work to recognize law enforcement, pass legislation to require ignition interlocks for all offenders, and educate the public on the dangers of underage drinking. Thank you for also supporting this wonderful cause.
Walk Like Mad, it's the perfect theme for me. My name is Bruce Mazan. Last year, I was on my way to teach a motorcycle safety class on a Sunday morning at 6:30 in the morning. I was on my motorcycle and I stopped at a four-way intersection, four-way stop. And as I entered the intersection, I was T-boned by a drunk driver who was running through that stop sign at 50 miles an hour. And I was broadsided and sustained multiple critical injuries as well as the loss of my right leg. This happened in front of a fire station. So I guess for an unlucky guy, I'm pretty lucky. These guys were on the scene within 30 seconds, and by the time the ambulance arrived, I was all packaged up and ready to go and on my way. So it probably saved my life. Spent a couple months in the hospital, and by the time I got out of the hospital, COVID was full bloom. So I was left to my own devices to a large degree as far as the rehab goes. So I moved from hospital bed here in my living room to a wheelchair, to a walker, and ultimately got fitted with a prosthetic over the course of a few months. And learning to walk with a prosthetic was challenging, but it was also very moving. I remember being in the clinic and taking my first steps and crying. It was amazing to look down and see a foot again and to have the experience of mobility. It's indescribable. So I am getting my legs under me, so to speak, these days, so I can't be out there walking with you. But I wanted to let you know my experiences with MADD. It started out where I'd reached out to them to see if I could use my experiences in any way to help further the cause, and they put me in touch with Melissa Hernandez, who's a victim advocate. She helped me through the legal process and was there during the sentencing and proved to be great emotional support as well as just knowledge of the system. So since then, I've been getting more involved from a volunteer standpoint, and I've been working with Kaylee Cantor, who's been wonderful and guiding me through the process as well, and just a joy to be around. I am very, very proud of what MADD does, and I'm proud to be associated with them. And I'm proud of all of you for being out there and doing the work that you're doing today. And I'm hoping that next year I'll be in better shape to join you and walk like MADD. Thank you.
Go. Hi, from Morro Bay Police Department atop Black Hill, which is one of our staff's favorite places to hike here in Morro Bay, California. I just want to tell you that we are on the streets day and night enforcing DUI laws to make sure there are no more victims. And we're here hiking today on the virtual hike and walk for MADD, so there are no more victims. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Monique DULANTO and I'm a Deputy City Attorney of the San Diego City Attorney's Office. I was awarded MADD Prosecutor of the Year for 2021. I've been an attorney at this office for a little over 3 years now and began as a law school intern back in 2016. I'm currently the lead prosecutor for the drug DUI grant, which is funded by the Office of Traffic Safety. Through my work, I see cases from arrest all the way up until conviction and sentencing. I handle both drug impaired cases as well as drug and alcohol impaired cases. Oftentimes with these cases, you see collisions, which means there are victims that are involved. I get to closely work with these victims to ensure that they are compensated for any damages they may have incurred as a result of these crimes. I believe my work is very important because it helps bring justice to these victims, as well as helps hold individuals accountable for their actions. Protecting the public is at the center of my work and the reason why I do what I do. Stay safe, San Diego.
The Arroyo Grande Police Department supports Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Please plan ahead and find a sober ride.
And please, don't drink and drive.
Hi, I'm Jen Malecha, the Holistic Health Boss, and I am honored to be a participant and sponsor for this year's MADD event. The mission of MADD is one that is near and dear to my heart as an adult child of an alcoholic. And while my mom never took another person's life on the road, I constantly lived in fear that one day she possibly could. And it's efforts like the organization of MADD that keep our roads safe. So again, I am honored to be a sponsor and a participant in this year's MADD event in an effort to make our roadways safer for all of us so that we can all live a long, happy, and healthy life.
Hello everyone, I'm Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown. It's my honor today to do a special shout out to MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, the great organization that for decades has been working to eliminate drunk driving, to crack down on drugged driving, to help the victims of these violent crimes, and to eliminate underage drinking. This noble organization with these noble goals has been effective in helping people in our community who are impacted by drunk driving. And their special annual fundraiser, Walk Like MADD, is a way that you can help, can donate money that will allow this organization to continue the wonderful work that they do. That includes providing support groups and courtroom accompaniment for victims, as well as individual awards to law enforcement officers with strong records of DUI arrests. So support MADD, walk like MADD, and get mad at those in our community that endanger others. Remember that driving under the influence is 100% preventable. Let's work together and let's support MADD as they continue their efforts to eliminate this terrible crime in our communities. And I just want to sign off on behalf of all the men and women of the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office to say thank you, MADD, for all that you do. We're proud of you.
Hello, I'm Summer Stephan, San Diego County District Attorney, and it's my honor to join Mothers Against Drunk Driving for this day that brings us together to take action against drunk driving. The Walk Like MADD event is one of those events that our team, our 1,000 member team who care about public safety, participates in every year, in person or virtually. We need MADD more than ever. Unfortunately, this last year was one of the deadliest years for driving under the influence. While our office normally handles 15 to 20 cases a year, there were 33 fatalities associated with 30 different crashes involving persons driving under the influence last year. Even though there were less cars on the road, we saw more DUI fatalities, and the results are devastating, not just on the lives that are lost, but on their families and communities. This year, we see a trend upwards. We see that we are on track to surpass the number last year, but we cannot give up. We're going to continue to work with our dedicated team that we've had for 7 years that addresses drunk driving and brings accountability. My message to you is if you drink, do not drive. If you're using marijuana, do not drive. If you're using any prescriptions that can affect your driving, your perception, do not drive. If you're using illicit drugs, do not drive. If you're using a combination of any of the above, do not drive. Let us together work as a community to stop this pandemic of DUI fatalities. Let's come together with MADD to support our community, and let's end these preventable deaths.
The men and women of the Santa Paula Police Department reminds you not to drink and drive. We also encourage you to support your local MADD chapter.
Hi, I'm Laura Evans, a Deputy District Attorney with the San Diego County District Attorney's Office. And it was my honor to be this year's MADD recipient for the Prosecutor of the Year in San Diego. As a Deputy District Attorney, I prosecute crimes involving DUIs. And in particular for the unit I work for, the DUI Homicide Unit, we prosecute those cases where individuals were driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or both, and tragically killed somebody as a result. The work we do is important to ensure that people do not drive intoxicated because of the injuries that can be sustained and the dangers they pose in this community. Ultimately, we seek justice for the defendants, for the victims, and all of their loved ones, families, and friends. With cases that involve the death of an individual, we are there to support the victims' families throughout the entire process and ensure they have a chance to be heard. It's important work to continue. MADD's philosophies and what they do are very important, and it is my honor to be that recipient and to continue the prosecution of these very important cases. Thank you.
You know, the mission of MADD is to end drunk driving, help fight drug driving, prevent underage drinking, and support victims of these crimes. Goals of the Walk Like MADD program is to first remember, we walk for those who can no longer walk. Second is inspire. We walk empowered even when we feel powerless. As survivors, when we have been victimized, and our purpose when we have lost our way. And then third is commit. We walk with supporters who share our vision of no more victims. What I think is important with MADD is their whole goal is to save lives. And we should all embrace that, and we should all be behind their efforts to eliminate drunk and drug driving.
Greetings from San Diego City College. I'm EDWIDGE DUPARD, and I'm so proud and honored to represent our college community and to announce that San Diego City College is so excited about sponsoring the Walk Like MADD event on Saturday, October 22nd, 2022. right here on our beautiful campus. As we look ahead to 2022, our commitment to our partnership with MADD will include a host of events for the upcoming years, including the much beloved Walk Like MADD event. We both share a passion for educating our communities and keeping them safe. This is one of the many ways that we're going to be continuing to support our communities where we work, learn, and play. So please join us as we collaborate in making our communities a better place for everyone. We look forward to seeing you there at the October 2022 in-person event. And until then, take care of yourselves.
MADD California thanks you for joining today's Walk Like MADD virtual program. We hope you enjoyed hearing from MADD supporters and volunteers. We look forward to announcing future 2022 community walks in the coming months. Follow us at MADD California on Facebook and Instagram for news on future events. Thank you for your support in helping us to achieve MADD's vision of a future with no more victims.